Something I wished I learned a lot sooner in my golf game is how the downswing really works. Now there's many different videos on the downswing, but nothing really talks about this concept. And once I understood this concept, my swing speed went through the roof, my contact improved, and I was able to fix my swing flaws quickly without a lot of issue. And we're looking at something that I'm just going to call the throw angle. And it is one of the single most important concepts in the golf swing. The throw angle is how the club propels out to the ball in the downswing. So we have in the downswing a component called shaft angle, and then we have another component which is the lead arm moving down toward the target and post impact. And in the process of this lead arm moving out toward the target, or you can think of it as the lead arm moving off of my chest, in this process the club is thrown outward. And it looks very much like a motion you would see in a throw or a bounce pass with a basketball. We can throw the club at many different angles. I can have a very vertical swing and throw the club down. I can have a very shallow swing and throw the club out a lot. Or I can have a swing in the middle somewhere where we want to be and throw the club down and out toward the target. And the most powerful way to hit a golf ball is we're hitting down and out toward the target for the straightest shot with the most effortless feeling swing. A simple way to feel this throw angle is to take an alignment stick. And with this alignment stick, I just want you to bounce pass it out toward the target. So going to the top of my backswing, and as I accelerate my shoulders, I should hear a whoosh out after where the golf ball would be. If you're throwing your whoosh behind the ball, then you are throwing at too steep of an angle. And here's something that's really cool. And you may not have heard this before. You can actually throw a steep angle in an over-the-top swing, the most common, or you can throw with the club staying too far behind you. And in both cases, I have a steep throw angle, and they both lead to a lot of frustration. You notice how these clubs bottom out behind the ball consistently. And if you saw me with a club, you would see a lot of standing up. There's another concept of the throw. Losing speed, losing contact. My world is ending. The squirrels are going to say hello to my ball in the woods. Yet, when we take this throw angle, instead of launching the arm down, we launch around. Look at what immediately just changed there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold your horses. Throwing it down, throwing it out. Look at the speed difference in that. Can't get speed there, can get speed there. I feel like I'm on that most extreme elimination challenge impact replay, and I'm the captain. You know, comment if you got that reference, by the way. Shows you where my sense of humor has been since I was a child. But the throw angle for a really powerful swing is one that involves you having the angle of the club, let's just say 45 degrees here, generically, because it's going to be different for driver shallower, wedge is going to be steeper. Just for demonstration purposes, just say 45 degrees, too steep, too shallow, just right. If I take this lead arm and move it out toward the target, instead of just going down, I will see more speed and my shoulder moves toward the target as well. In your swing, you're moving that arm too much down. And that's where all your frustration lies. This goes for expert players as well as beginners and intermediates. Everybody could benefit from this throw angle understanding. So after making a few swings with that alignment stick, I now have a sense of where do I throw the club. And you should be learning right now saying, I have to think about my backswing first before I even get to the downswing. And that is the one of the most important pieces right there is like, I could change my backswing and I could throw the club differently. So if I have a backswing that's very across the line and I attempt to throw, that's the throw angle. Look at the lead arm. If I move it off the chest at all. So this is why you can't be consistent from this position. You have to then unwind and then throw. You're going to try to figure out this throw angle. Your brain is very smart. It will get the club as best it can into this position. For an across the line, steep top of backswing type person, usually they'll do over and across, which doesn't help, or they'll unwind by throwing their hips out toward the target and hooking it and pushing it all day long and chunking it. Or the person, so a steep backswing position requires you to think about your downswing more, requires a lot more brain power. It requires a lot more efficiency. It is a slowdown. And yeah, this is where you could say, oh, well, such and such player had a steeper backswing at the top, they made it work. Yes, there are many players in history who have made that work for them. I am actually one of those players, and I don't like it because you can feel the inefficiency of having to do this. That's why I want to encourage you to think about your top of backswing position as being the throw angle. And that's why I want your throw angle to be 45 degrees at the top. Because then from here, there's nothing but perfect efficiency through. Nothing to slow down the shoulders. Nothing to slow down your body. The challenge of the throw angle is that it feels really weird. That's the one thing that makes this so hard. But you learn this today, the rest of your golfing life gets so much simpler. So, to get a shallow throw angle at the top, we just need to think about keeping the trail arm in an under position. Or by under, I mean that it is tucked in or rotated, externally rotated, palm faces the sky, forearm faces the sky. And from this position, you have a perfect throw angle. This would be perfect if I'm on a level playing field like a baseball player. That's perfection. The fastest the shoulders can move is when the club head and the shoulders and the arm are all in this inline relationship on that same plane. Inefficiencies would happen in a swing if I had to do this in a baseball swing or this, which I'd never really do. Everything is working efficiently on that one plane. Power is optimized. So in the golf swing, we tilt it down. My shoulders and club and arm working on that same plane is the most efficient throw out to the ball. Everything working on that same line. Now I say this and I act like it's really easy to do. It's not. But if we got there, we'd have the most perfect, powerful swing, and that's why many golfers of our generation today are getting into a top of backswing position that looks a lot like this, because they've optimized that throw. They can go right back out to the ball. So I'm going to tuck my trail arm in at setup to the point where it's facing out. Next thing I'm going to do is make sure that I can swing this shoulder around my body while keeping it tucked in. This feels really weird. For most people with a steeper backswing, they're going to feel this, and that's okay. You have to feel this to get that really perfect throw. And here's how you know you've got a great throwing angle. Go to the top of your current backswing, just go there, and then move your lead arm off your body toward the target, like you're swinging a pendulum. If it's too steep, you're hitting behind the ball. If it's too shallow, you're going to completely miss the ground. If it's just right, you're going to hit the ground, you're going to see a brushing out in front with a free moving shoulder. That's the position you need to get into. I'm going to reverse engineer my swing, thinking backwards. Okay, that's what I felt in that one arm swing. So I'm going to get here at the top and throw out. Allow it to throw. I'm not going down anymore. I'm going out toward the target. The only way I can do this is by feeling that palm and that arm facing away from my body throughout the swing. After feeling the correct throw angle, tuck my arm in, go to the top of my backswing with two hands on the club, and I see that's the correct angle. I'm just moving my lead arm only. I can see that I can throw out, and I'm not running into this problem of hitting behind the ball, throwing the arm down. I need to throw the arm out and around. That type of feeling. I hit behind that one a little bit because I fight, this in my own swing, I fight wanting to pull down with the arm. I need to keep it moving out and around. So keep the trail arm tucked in. There we go. I moved that lead arm more around, nothing slowed it down. Much better strike and swing. And for me, if you're watching this and you see my club get a little too steep at the top or even a little across the line, that is my own swing defect. And it is a result of not keeping this in as much as I want to. I fight this arm, just keeps untucking on me. It's so annoying. We have to feel the opposite if we're in that problem. Keep tucking it more and more to the top. My throw angle has to be more out, not down. That's how I can hit a solid shot with more speed. Oh, that's a beautiful, beautiful throw. You'll know you're doing it right when you see at the top that it's a shallower angle, and then when you're swinging into the ball, the club spends less time going down. It spends more time going to the ball. That would be the most direct path to the ball. If at any point it's going down too much, you are having an inefficiency. Your throw angle is off. It's off. The backswing needs to be fixed somewhere. Or you need to work on getting more over with this arm. That was perfect. Well, that was so tasty. I can't get enough of that golf shot. Sometimes I'll go to the range and I'll just stand here and do this because I know I want to go here and this way. So I make sure the club keeps going out on that arm, out. And I feel the shoulder. The shoulder moves as a result of the arm. So the arm accelerates, the shoulder accelerates, moves around my body. It is one of the most freeing feelings. It feels like just air, a ton of air whooshing out in front of me. And I'll be doing another episode on this where I talk about the effect on your swing speed. This is what added almost 10 miles an hour of club head speed for all my clubs in the bag, this concept of the throw angle. And let's say I'm teaching a beginner. And it's like, Tom, well, this sounds pretty complicated. If you're a beginner, intermediate, this sounds like it's a new concept. Maybe it's hard to wrap your mind around this at first. Yeah, we might be diving a little bit more into the details today. And so another way I would convey this is just thinking about it from the perspective of the alignment stick drill. You know that you're not throwing correctly if at any point with this drill you're back here. So you just have to tell yourself, how do I throw the whoosh out in front of me? And you would find that doesn't happen from a steep top of backswing, happens rather from a shallower top of backswing where I can go out. So I don't have to explain these details. You don't have to know all these details. I do think it's really important that you know how this concept works. But if you're a little confused, just go back to alignment stick drill. You can meditate on this a little bit later. Take that alignment stick drill and then say, okay, I'll just do it with the club now. I'm going to throw it out, throwing it out. That's a really nice strike. In fact, that alignment stick drill just helped me right there with my own top of backswing problem. Now I know what to work on. It's like that's there and I gotta throw it. Set it in that position and throw it. Oh, that was even better. This whole, don't you love when your own drills are working the way to fix your own swing? That's a euphoric moment of victory has been achieved today. That was about the most centered strike. Oh, I'll never forget that. It works with the driver too. Works with every club in the bag. You know, we can hit a driver. Let's do it because someone always comments that, hey, does it work with the driver? Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 it does. Do not worry. Do not fear. Same thing. You can see quickly with the driver, versus whoosh out here with one arm. One arm whoosh. Just slinging that club through. That feels great. I might hit somebody's house at the end of the range if I keep this up. Oh my goodness. Sit, 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 sit. Sit. Oh, it's still in there, still in there. Okay, that's too close to that house. Too close. Okay, so I want to know your thoughts on the throw angle. Comment below. Let me know. I want to know if this was a breakthrough for you, if it helped you eliminate a lot of swing flaws, because this does fix a lot of swing flaws. It fixes almost every swing flaw. If you were to completely neglect your backswing, if you were to say, I don't want to think about my swing at all, and the only thing you had to think about was throw angle, you could still do it. You don't have to have the perfect swing. You could be Jim Furyk even, but you get into a throw angle position. However, that is a little bit inefficient. And I want to see you get into the fastest possible swing for you, where you can hit the ball the farthest. So it would come down to how quickly can you get into this efficient position and how quickly can you unload it off and throw everything out toward the target. Thanks for watching today, and I'll see you in a future episode.